Watch Woodworker debunks Amber Heard's broken bed testimony. I will watch this video if it's less than 10 minutes, okay?
Welcome to Law and Lumber. My name is Rob Morton. I'm an attorney in Northern Virginia, practicing in the areas of domestic relations litigation and consumer bankruptcy matters. I also have a secondary passion in woodworking and custom furniture building, as you can probably tell from the shop where I'm coming at you from. It would seem
that way.
To those followers that joined after watching me appear on Legal Bites, Nate the Lawyer, Uncivil Law, Hogue Law, Good Logic, or all of the other various LawTube channels, thank you so much for joining in. Without the support from you and the immense support from that LawTube community, this channel quite simply wouldn't exist. On this channel, we're going to tackle a little bit of everything, from legal analysis to building some custom furniture and maybe a few DIY hacks along the way. Regardless of where the channel goes, we're going to try and keep things fun.
We'll skip ahead to the last 5 minutes.
Now, let's jump into it. Many of you might know that I've been covering the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial taking place in Fairfax
Let me just listen.
Court. It happens to be just down the road from here. As you might know by now, Johnny Depp has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against his former spouse, Amber Heard, stemming from a December 2018 op-ed piece in the Washington Post, in which Depp claims.
All right, let's skip ahead. Let's skip ahead. We know everything right here. Let's skip ahead to these last like 5 or 6 minutes, okay?
That Johnny's boots actually caused that break. That this testimony is, for lack of a better term, complete BS and not possible.
All right.
Okay. So, as you can see here, we have a little mock-up of Johnny's bed.
Okay, got it.
Now, this is done with 4x4 pine, which is a little bit smaller, but still the same material that was Johnny's bed. I could tell it was pine. You can tell it was pine because if you look back at those photos,
the way it breaks,
you can see the width between the grain.
Oh, that's how.
That gives you an indication that it's a softwood rather than a hardwood. A lot of hardwood you will see will have tighter grain patterns.
I didn't know that.
So now with these timbers, what you're going to see is that in order to get the timber,
wood,
they generally have to cut almost a full tree. The larger the timber, the larger the tree. But generally, they're all going to be this particular pattern where you're going to have the circle, the very center of the tree, towards the center of the timber.
Oh, my God.
Now, this is relevant when we start talking about how this is alleged to have occurred. So we have our two lengthwise posts and then the footboard of the bed.
Yeah.
Now, per Amber's testimony, if this is the mattress where my hand is right here, then Johnny's feet are here on the footboard trying to, in her words, gain purchase. Now, the interesting thing about the gaining purchase is it kind of illustrates the problem here. Grain, as we discussed earlier, runs this way. These are very tight concentric tight cellular structures. Imagine if they were, let's say, call them straws.
Yeah.
If everything here was a straw running in this direction, and let's say that you wanted to divide those straws, you would actually have to put something in between those straws.
I pledged $3 million to you. Thank you.
And wiggle it and pry
I'll call
your
my
way
accountant
in.
immediately.
Now, the reason why that's important here is because with this type of wood, and actually with all woods, you need something sharp to get in between those grains.
Right.
If you put a blunt object up against here, it's just not going to do anything. For anyone who's ever hammered pine, you know that you're going to dent the pine before you ever break it off because you're hitting it with a blunt object.
Right.
Let's illustrate what Amber was describing as Johnny doing.
Okay.
So,
here we go.
Now that we've got it situated this way,
let's see it.
What we're looking at is mattress over here.
Right.
Johnny allegedly over here.
Okay.
Now, I don't have any fancy boots, but I do have work boots. So, we're going to try and illustrate what it is that Amber's saying with a Timberland Pro. So we have our work boot.
Got it.
You can see as the work boot goes in, there's no way, given the size of that work boot, that you're going to get anywhere enough pull, period.
It's not going to happen.
Right off.
Yeah.
There's nothing it's ever going to catch. It's because the tip of the work boot, no matter how sharp it is not sharp enough to cut into that grain structure. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter if it's a leather-soled, skinny shoe, unless it's one of those super spy boots that has a kick-out blade, it ain't going to get in between that grain. Right? Let me show you the only way that you can get into that grain. with a sharp object, like, for example, a knife.
Somebody mentioned that the edge is rounded and the bed's edges were not rounded, which I do think is relevant.
Wiggle a knife in here, you can see that I can wiggle back and forth, and I have what Amber was describing, purchase. There is no grip that I can get, either with my hand or a boot, that does anything to dig into that grain that would cause that type of fracture. So
it's irrelevant.
Let me do one more little thing to show you something.
The end is the best bit? Okay, let's see the
here's
end.
What we've done. We've taken away the long rails.
Yeah, let's just wait and see the end.
The only fathomable way that I can see that particular break happening, as described by Amber Heard, is something like this.
That's hard to do. Be careful. That's hard to do. God damn.
The sharp knife is the only thing that can penetrate the grain in order to cause that split. Sharp knife and leverage is the only thing that can make that pop. So when you're looking at wood like this, when you have grain running this way, you see this? That type of break is caused by this. Sharp knife, leverage. And I'll tell you why that makes me very curious.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is why Amber Heard's testimony bothered me that day. Because what I saw was this type of damage, which is what's reflected on that particular bed.
Okay.
That damage is caused by a knife. Now, I'm not saying what this is.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that is either.
I'll leave that for the judge, the jury, and the trial attorneys to decide if they want to argue that point. But to me...
Oh, is that the knife?
What do you guys think? Why don't you leave your answers in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, it really does mean a lot.
Holy shit.
This community's been fantastic to me.
Oh my God.
I very much love being a part of it. I wish to continue being a part of it. And the only way I can do that is by your help. If you haven't checked out the rest of LawTube, please do so. You can reach them via any of the links that you'll see in Legal Bites' coverage of this trial. Hope to be coming to you guys soon with additional information. But anyways, in the interim, thank you for watching. Hope this helps you guys understand. I am just a lawyer and woodworker, but to me this is pretty compelling. Thanks. I was not really as convinced, but this one right here, there are very few YouTube videos that have a red line pointing at an object that aren't full of bullshit. But this one certainly seems to be compelling. Really, I mean, this seems to be quite compelling. Now, obviously, things can happen, and, you never really know. You're never really sure. I don't know. But it certainly seems like a little bit of bullshit. You know what I mean? It certainly says, let's give this guy a like. We'll give him a sub. Why not, man? He's a nice guy. I like his just like the way he talks and everything. He's cool. Yeah. So I've never seen a video by him before. So that's all right. She can't be that stupid. Or at this point, are you really asking that question? She can't be that stupid, bro. Surprise. Surprise, look at that. Oh my God, I can't believe that shit. That's a surprise. Yeah, Amber supporter. There are people that believe Amber Heard. And there are also people that believe the earth is flat. And I think there are more people that believe the earth is flat than people that believe Amber Heard. So let's put that into perspective. Since I'm a makeup artist, I have to share this here. Today, Amber Heard was asked about how she applied makeup, and she had a Freudian slip where she said, I used a bruise kit.
She quickly tried to fix it by saying, not a bruise kit, I called it a bruise kit. She was actually referring to a color corrector, which I don't even think she said at the moment. But she was saying she used it after foundation and concealer. And as a makeup artist, I use color correctors before foundation, but I certainly use bruise kits after or on bare skin. So did she try to cover bruises, or was she creating them? Yeah, isn't that something, boys? Ain't that just a little bit of something? Wow. That is amazing. I can't believe it. Amber Heard admits to kicking a door into Johnny Depp's head. What? That's some wild animal shit. What the hell are you talking?
6:18 p.m. and we're back on the
Just a clarification, we're not going to invoke the Fifth Amendment privilege, so you can re-ask that question if you like.
Which question?
This article, you guys have to link it to me.
Violence against Johnny Depp.
You guys say don't watch it? Why do you not want me to watch it? It's fine? Okay, I was about to say.
Anytime prior to May 22nd, 2016, did you ever commit an act of domestic violence against Johnny Depp?
Calls for a legal conclusion and irrelevant, but go ahead.
Do you understand what I'm asking you?
No.
No?
Yes, I understand what you're asking me.
And prior to May 21, 2016...
What is that?
Yes, I understand what you're asking me.
And prior to May 21...
Oh my God. Oh, look, watch this one real quick. That's some weird ass shit, no? Okay, here we go.
Please tell Ms. Heard, did you send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016, telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him.
I remember sending the text message that is in front of me right now to Jerry, and I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny, or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online that I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me.
Okay.
So that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Ms. Heard, does that mean, does your most recent answer mean that yes, you did send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24th?
Well, they were alerted of it? I mean, like, who alerted them? What is this? Watch this.
So that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Ms. Heard, does that mean, does your most recent answer mean that yes, you did send...
That's weird. Like, that is, I mean, if I had to guess why that happened, it's because she probably looked at, because you remember, like, we had watched part of this video before, and her lawyer was sitting right here. So she clearly made eye contact with her lawyer whenever I think that she realized that she said something she didn't mean to say. Now, I don't know that. I'm not sure. But if I had to guess something, that would be what I would guess.
From me.
One more
so
again.
That he finds out about the divorce filing.
One mo again.
Or my intention to do so from
speculation.
Some other source
it is.
other than TMZ, which was alerted. Other than TMZ, which was alerted.
That is, I mean, I would, you know, like, what's that move? Yeah, it's like, she named TMZ and looked at her lawyer. Yeah, I mean, man, that's a damn I fucked up. I feel like that's a whoopsie as well. I do. I mean, like, yes, maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's not, but maybe it is. There's also that possibility as well. Okay, let's see here. Let me go back and look over this way. Okay, I'm trying to see a few more of these tweets people have made. And I just want to make sure there's nothing else there, so we don't miss anything. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Makeup kit debunks Amber Heard's claim. What is this video here? Is this taken down? It looks like the video's not available. Oh, here we go. Let's look at this right here, and I'll watch it myself. Makeup brand debunks Amber Heard's claim. Here we go. Okay.
This is what Amber carried in her purse for the entire relationship with Johnny Depp. She's an actor. Do you honestly think she would have left her apartment ever without makeup? Do you think that she ever would have wanted other people to see her bruises and her cuts? This was what she used. She became very adept at it. You're going to hear the testimony from Amber about how she had to mix the different colors for the different days of the bruises as they developed in the different coloring, and how she would use these to touch those up to be able to cover those. She also used concealer, foundation. You'll hear from her makeup person that Amber didn't even leave her bedroom without having foundation on. And one of the people that was at the building testified. He said she had makeup on and it would have covered that bruise.
Okay.
Okay, that was Amber Heard's defense attorney, Elaine Breithoff, during opening statements, talking about the makeup kit that Amber allegedly carried with her at all times to make sure her bruises stayed hidden. Now, recently, however, the company that manufactures the makeup kit posted a video on their official TikTok account.
Damn.
Contradicting the claim, revealing that the makeup kit in question wasn't released until 2017, which is the year after the couple's divorce. Take a look at what they posted.
Wait, what?
There's one thing you can expect from me, and that's the unexpected.
Pause. Wait. Whoa. Hold up. Let's read it real quick. It says pause to read. I gotta go back a little bit. Pause to read. Milani color correcting concealer palette. Take note, alleged abuse was around 2014 to 2016. Got divorced in 2016. Makeup palette release date, December 2017, which is almost 2018. She didn't say that was the exact kit. You're right. You're absolutely right. Maybe it was another one. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe, this was just an example of what the kit is. And there was another kit that was the exact same that was released before this. She said that was the exact kit. Did she say that in this video? No? Okay, I'd have to see. The lawyer said this kit. Let's go back real quick, okay?
With Johnny Depp. This is what Amber carried in her purse for the entire relationship with Johnny Depp.
I mean, I would assume that whenever she says that, it would mean that is the thing that she carried in her purse. You know, like, I mean, that is what I think a reasonable person would assume.
She's an actor. Do you honestly think she would have left her apartment ever without makeup? Do you think that she ever
that's literally
would
what
have
she
wanted
said,
other people to see her bruises?
I mean, maybe she's using it as an example, but I mean, here we go. Uh-oh.
It's blowing up on social media.
Yeah, that's about what I was thinking too. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, what a surprise. The music's so cringe. It's TikTok. What do you expect? Look, Houston, we have a problem. That's a free ad. Yeah. With all those rings, would it look like she get hit by brass knuckles? Yeah, of course it would. Ignoring that Amber said it wasn't the exact kit, but it wasn't like that? Did Amber say that it wasn't the exact kit, but one like that? Because if she said that, oh, I don't know. Yes, she did. Well, then maybe that's not the exact one. She said that today. Maybe she used another one and this is only an example. She said that today, but the lawyer said a kit like this. Opening statement, the lawyer states she's an actress. Do you think she ever left out makeup? Appears on court for a restraining order, not wearing makeup. She said it today. She said it after the TikTok. So you think that she saw the video and then she said that? I think that's likely. I do. I think that's likely. Why does it even matter? Because I'm assuming that she made that. Well, okay, so the reason why it matters, let's talk about why it matters. The reason why it matters is because you already have, like, does anybody think that Amber Heard does not have a pattern of lying to a largely reasonable degree? I'm not saying she's lying about everything, but she has a pattern of lying and making things up. Yeah, so the credibility is very, very low. What do you think the odds are that somebody didn't tell her within the entire week that the trial was on pause, that people saw that she was using a makeup, she used one for an example that was not proper, that was not the right one? Like, I would guess this. Like, that's what I would assume. Isn't it? Is it? Yeah, with all due respect, what's this here? If Johnny loses, I'm going to start. No, the thing is, what's this? She has an answer for everything. She literally says that was the kit, so it's likely that they clarified. Well, don't you find it odd that they clarified something after it got blown up? I don't know, man. And again, like, this is kind of what I'm saying in general, right? Is that there's not like, oh, she's a liar because of this. No. But, like, what about, like, everything? Like, let's put everything together. Like, what is the sum total of this? You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Amber slipped. She used a bruise kit as well. That's what SFX call kits for faking bruises. She was still on stand. She was not allowed to. What do you mean? So you think that she would... Wait, so you think that she would respect the proceedings of the trial? Even after she literally said that, like, nobody would believe it? Like, do you really think that she respects the court so much that she would never even think to do this? I mean, it's a 10-second TikTok. I believe she was allowed to watch social media, just not discuss it. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that she didn't see it.
By the way, let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter to help us understand what this all means. What do we know about this? It's Milani, right? Is the company Milani Cosmetics? Get us to the bottom of this controversy tonight.
This has a blown up on online social media. It's a cosmetic. You can buy it Walgreens, CVS, Ulta Beauty, Sephora. It's a compact, but again, not made until 2017. Here's what we know.
Convenient.
We know that the abuse between Depp and Heard, allegations stemming from 2014, really 2013, all the way to 2016. They got divorced, Vinny, in 2016. The makeup palette release date, according to that company, December 2017, way after this couple broke up and their divorce was finalized. So her attorney real sure in that opening statement that she had that particular compact with her at all times to help cover up the different phases of bruising and coloring. As a woman, I'm very familiar with the different coloring of concealer and cosmetics, Vinny, here, but this is huge. I am anxious to see where her case goes and how they follow up on that.
Yeah, well, just so folks know, I've got my own makeup here as well. She's the one that set up. It's a concealer and a powder all in. It's foundation and a powder all in one. You can go wet, dry, but that's another story for another day.
That's great. Okay. So anyway,
just to make sure.
Man, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, no, a lot of times, like, they even put makeup on me because I'm so greasy that they made me wear makeup whenever I went on stage for like something. I forgot what it was. I've had this happen like 2 or 3 times. I'm such a greasy, shiny boy. They've got to put something on to, you know, pat things down. So it's just like, here's how I see it. Check Twitter for notifications. Yeah, I will in a second. Let me explain what I think the chain of events was, okay? I'm going to explain the chain of events. Okay, so chain of events. And I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in on this so you guys can all see it. Copy. So, first thing that happens, Amber Heard lawyer says this is what she used, right? Like, let's just, I don't know about quotes. Let's see. Yeah, this is what she used when referring to makeup. Okay, so I want you guys to just, I want to put everything together here so you guys can see where I'm coming from, okay? And so this is number 1. Then people find out that the one used, for example, wasn't made till 2017, right? Are we still, I have 12 minutes? Yeah. So are we still following? And then Amber Heard sees, this is my assumption, sees this on social media. Amber sees this on social media, right? So she sees this. Then Amber Heard is on stand, explicitly mentions this is not the exact makeup. I feel like this is a pretty fair chain of events. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is a pretty fair and easy to understand chain of events. Women know the exact makeup they used. I find it hard to believe that she got the makeup wrong and didn't clarify until after being exposed. I don't know. Now, there are possibilities. Amber Heard's lawyer might have misspoken. Like, that's absolutely true. And like, yes, 100% this could happen. But maybe not. It's hard to say. But like, again, I agree, it sounds pretty plausible. No decent lawyer would argue plainly against the idea of a woman using makeup to hide her scars, and a jury can't even look at outside sources, so this whole argument's totally irrelevant. Argue plainly against the idea of a woman using makeup to hide against her scars. I don't know what you mean by that, sorry. And the jury can't look at outside sources, the whole argument's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that she cares about how she's seen in public and by the public? Because if not, then why is it that she fired her PR team? I think that she absolutely cares. I think Amber Heard, like, this is my opinion. I don't really know this, but I probably assume this. I think that she cares more about winning in the court of public opinion than winning the court case. Straight up. She seems like a massive narcissist. She seems like basically a fucking psycho. They've said this, like that's what Dr. Curry said. It looks this way to me. A lot of the times where she got emotional in the first beginning of her testimonies was times where she felt embarrassed or, you know, her ego was at stake. So it's like, that's what I believe. Yeah, that's what I believe. Lawyer work is not misspoken. Everybody makes mistakes. Considering she got her PA to buy newspapers each week to check if she was in the paper. Yeah, of course. She basically lost the actual case. She admitted several times that she wrote the article about Johnny. And instead, she will win in the court of law and lose in the court of public opinion, which is better for, I think that's better. Court of public opinion is what matters a lot more. The truth is. Let's see what else the rest of this is. Because this is what she said right after all this stuff happened. I disagree. I think she's crazy enough to not give a fuck about what we think about her. She just wants the money, but I also have no idea. I disagree. I think that she does care what people think of her. I absolutely do. I absolutely do think so.
On 2016 or May 22, 2016, is it your testimony that you never committed any act of what would be considered domestic violence against Mr. Depp?
Calls for legal conclusion and irrelevant to these proceedings.
I did my, no, I did my best to defend myself and not get seriously hurt or be a doormat to whom this happens to all the time.
Isn't it true, Ms. Heard, that you previously confessed and apologized to Johnny Depp for committing domestic violence against him?
I'm going to object. Calls for legal conclusion, argumentative, harassing.
Isn't it true that you had previously told Johnny Depp that you had hit him?
I'm going to object. It's a different question. It
seems pretty fair.
Vague and ambiguous, vague as to time.
Many times when we fought, well, not many times, he hit me for a very long time before I ever
I'm going to
picked up my
object as
arms.
non-responsive and move to strike. Ms. Heard, I'd like you to listen to what I'm about to play. Would you do that?
Here we go. Here we go. This is from 2016.
I don't even know if I said, I mean, I might have said, like, what the, you know, whatever, because I just been hitting the head with the corner of the door. I'm so sorry, I did not, I'm sorry. I know that stuff.
Do you recognize the voices on that tape?
Mm-hmm.
And who are the people on that tape?
It's Johnny and I.
Okay. And is Johnny describing an act where you
She's eating? Yeah.
made a
It's not
door
a big deal.
go into his head?
Objection, harassing, argumentative,
What'd she
vague.
say there? What'd she say there?
Objection, harassing.
You made a door go into his head?
Objection.
I felt like, I don't know. I mean, she could have made that noise because she was eating, but that sounded like an you know? It did. It sounded like that.
Harassing, argumentative, vague.
I was trying to escape from a room where Johnny was attacking me. And in order to escape, I was trying to get onto the other side of the door, attempting to close the door, and he was attempting to get in despite my attempts to try and escape an assault.
Isn't it true that on this tape that was just played, you tell Johnny Depp you're sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you well,
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
Did you just tell Johnny Depp in that recording that I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing?
Yes, as he was trying to get into the door, I was trying, into the room, I was trying to escape in. He pushed the door.
The woodworker attorney? I'll look at that.
Hit him by getting him out of the door to stay in the room.
Yeah.
And you told him in that tape recording that you hit him, correct?
I don't know what words I used in that. You can play it back if you want, but I don't remember exactly how long.
If you wouldn't mind, if you'll continue to
Yeah.
listen.
Okay.
Sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head.
Sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting you in the head. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that seems like she hit him with the door. Like that's what I would like if I had to guess on like, you know, what this really means, like that's probably where I would go to. That's the conclusion that I would come to.
Did you tell Johnny Depp at that time you were speaking to him that you were really sorry for hitting him with the door, hitting him?
I think in that recording I made it very clear that I was sorry that the door hit him while he was trying to get into the room. I was escaping or attempting to escape.
You see, like, this is what I'm saying, right? It's just like all of these, like, it's like you're at like a 9 or an 8 out of 10 for certainty for all of these things. You know what I mean? You have like like that. That's like my certainty level. That like this happened is like, you know, like a 9 or, you know, like an 8 or a 9, somewhere around there. Like I'm more certain than not, but I'm not completely confident because it's like it's not it's not super cut and dry, right? You don't really know. The door hit him. She didn't hit him with the door.
I will mark. Excuse me. I'd like you to listen to the following tape. This is punched, and we need to have.
Are they being marked as exhibits?
Yeah, mark as exhibit.
We just mark P as the one we just played,
okay.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Marking the next thing that I'm going to play to you as Q. Would you listen to this, please?
All right, here we go. Let's see it.
Let's keep on.
She's lagging.
Where's the disc?
You just kept going. I tried to close the door 3 times. You know, please, just don't let me, and then wait, and then I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it stretched your toes. I didn't mean to do that. I bent down. And you either pushed or you kicked the door.
Is court done for today? No, it's about to start in a minute.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick at the door or push the door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear. But that was not my intention.
She was a possessed person. You should see the other one that we watched a few days ago. Like, that shit was scary, man. Like, it's like if a person acted like that around me, it made me uncomfortable just to watch. It did. She prevented them from closing the door by sticking her foot in the door. Yeah, that's kind of like what I think happened. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so her complaint was that she bumped her head standing up 2 days ago, not a concussion from being abused. Wow. Wow, look at that. Holy shit. That is just crazy. Oh, here's another one. Let's take a look at this shit right here. Amber Heard supporters be like, believe all women except Amber Heard's nurse and 100 other women testifying against her. That's right. Like, the only way that anybody can take this seriously from her side is if they cling to some dogmatic ideology that makes no sense and has no respect for the truth. What a bunch of bullshit. You shouldn't believe people based on their gender. What kind of a fucking idiot does that? Let me read a few more of these. Holy fuck, man. This is, as I said, I think this is just so funny. I do. Because, like, people, they keep seeing this stuff, and let's see, we got a few more. Oh, yeah, we got this, and I've seen this already. Yeah, I made this comparison the second that we saw it. Let me go back over and take a look at the rest of it. Oh, here we go. Now, this is, you want to hear about something unnecessary that everybody knows? Here's the definitions of pledge and donate. Guess what? They're 2 different things. Here's what I'm saying is that here's a really big bit of advice that I would advise pretty much everybody to do. If coincidence and personal gain converge, it's probably not a coincidence. Do you think that Amber Heard, who was clearly fixated more than anything on her reputation, that she said she didn't care about the money, she cared about her reputation, which to be fair, I think that's fair. That's something that makes sense, right? Which one would look better? Would it look better for her to say that she was going to donate the money or that she did donate the money? Well, I think it would make more sense and it would be more fair for her to say that she already did. So guess what? That's what she said. So she said the thing that was beneficial to her at the time stated. You make a pledge on Kickstarter, then you donate to fulfill your pledge. I don't know why Amber Heard is so stupid that she can't understand that. You are stupid because you think that she doesn't understand that. You're not really stupid, but you've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. You've been fooled. Okay? Yes, please, you're not dumb. I'm not being mean. But, like, she knows that. Everybody knows that. She's deliberately misunderstanding things in order to craft a fake narrative. That's obviously what she's doing. Now, I want to say, like, one of the guys, the head of Amber Heard's PR department, guess what he got accused of? Does anybody want to know? Does anybody want to guess? That's right. Amber Heard's PR director got accused of sexual harassment. Wow. Well, hey, makes sense. It takes one to know one. No one ever says, I'm going to pledge X amount of dollars. You say, I'm going to pledge to donate X amount of dollars. I think that in general, that's the case. And like her stupid fucking comparison between this and a mortgage, like a pledge is not, like she did not sign a legal document with collateral with the ACLU or with the Children's Hospital. She just pledged that she was going to donate the money. There's no accountability to this. There's no contract to this. There's nothing. She's just making it up. So to compare the two, a legal contract with legal ramifications for not fulfilling it, and I think I'm going to donate some money. That's completely fucking different. That is completely fucking different. And also the fact that, like, what I found so funny, because like, I didn't know what the dates were. So she had over a year to donate the money before Johnny Depp sued her. So her saying, and this was the only thing, you remember what I said, right? That the only thing that I thought was relatively plausible and somewhat understandable is that she didn't want to donate the money anymore because now she was getting sued. But I didn't know what the timeline was. Apparently, well, 13 is more than 12. That's why I said over a year. Over the year sounds better. That's why I used it. So anyway, she didn't donate the money because she was worried that she was going to get sued and lose the money, and she didn't have that much money, and I think that makes perfect sense, right? I get it. It makes sense. Shad, thanks to the 5 Get the Community subs. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So she had over a year to donate the money without the context of her needing to save the money to worry about Johnny Depp suing her. You see what I'm saying? So it was clearly not, the reason was clearly not because of that. She was lying. She was lying and using that as an excuse and then turning it around as if Johnny Depp was the one who's preventing her. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, by extension, it's Johnny Depp who now doesn't want her to donate to the Children's Hospital. Isn't that fucking convenient? And then also, the press release that came out from her spokesperson said it was unexpected. Why do you have to put that? Like, what is that shit, bruh? What is that shit, bruh? You're gonna put it's unexpected that he wasn't gonna donate the money or that he didn't care about civil liberties or kids in hospitals. Like, what kind of horse shit is that you're gonna put it in there, man? Oh my fucking God. Like, how does that even happen? That's him that's her protecting him, exactly. Imagine Johnny got the money out of this and then says, don't worry, I'll fulfill your pledge for you. I think that's what he'll do. I unironically think that Johnny will make a big dick move, take the money away from her with the $50 million, and then donate that shit back to the charities and probably try to do it in her name. You know, or like, even like, that would be fucking funny, man. Oh my God. Didn't Johnny, what's this here? Didn't Johnny Depp go to 6 children's hospitals dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow? Yes, he did. And he's done this for years now. Of course he has. And he didn't, yeah. So that's actually a very good point. Thank you. Yes, there we go. Concerns for charities that he has never previously cared about. Look at this horse shit. Meanwhile, this guy is going in full fucking makeup, in an outfit, and then also in the context of him getting the shit beaten out of him by this fucking harpy, and he's going and dressing up and trying to cheer people up in hospitals. Meanwhile, half the fucking time, he wouldn't even need to put on the eye makeup because Amber did that for him. Holy shit. God damn, bro. What the fuck? Compared to her, he's a saint? Yeah. And then the worst thing that we have about Johnny, here's some pictures. Oh, it's Johnny passed out on the floor. Oh my God. Like, I can't believe, like, how is it possible that we could have a photo? Look at this horse shit, man. Taking a picture of somebody like that. And then you send it to somebody, this is what I'm dealing with. Like, he's just some dumb asshole or whatever. Why are you pretending you care so much? You really run out of content? You live stream your free content now? Yeah, of course. Listen, man. You gonna get mad about me streaming the content or whatever? Here's why I do it. One, number of people love watching it. Number two, you want to know the other big reason? Is because I don't trust other people. I know there's a few other people, maybe XQC's still watching. You too, man. But I don't trust a lot of other fucking people to watch this shit and give it a fair shake. I don't trust them. I don't trust the media. I don't trust these publications, etc. I don't trust any of them because they're full of shit. They've got their own biases, and you know what? I kind of do too. I've had friends of mine that have been in positions like Johnny Depp's, and I make that well known well ahead of time. You guys have to know that. Absolutely, I've had people have that happen. But the truth is that a lot of other people, they don't make that known. They don't say, hey, this is, where I'm coming from. No, they pretend to be objective and then they lie. And so, yes, that's why I talk about it. That's why I give my takes on things. It's because I think that I'm one of the only people out there that can actually fucking give it a fair shake. Because everybody else comes in there with their fucking agenda and they try to pervert things in a way that's not real. That's why. Yeah, exactly. Take a picture of someone when they're vulnerable instead of helping. Yeah, exactly. Let me look back over here. And let's see the rest of this, all right? And let's go back down to here, and we'll go down and we'll look at a few more of this. And so this is another picture of him. Like, as I said, I mean, obviously, I think we all know this, right? It's like Johnny Depp very clearly has a fucking problem. It's obvious he's got a fucking problem. Wow, what a surprise. Johnny Depp, who are the people he looks up to? Hunter S. Thompson and fucking... What's his name from the Rolling Stones? Why am I drawing a blank randomly? Keith Richards. It's like, imagine somebody that looks up to Keith Richards and Hunter S. Thompson and then being like, wow, I can't believe this person has a problem with substances. Oh my God. What a shock. Who could have predicted that? Yeah, yeah, close friends with Marilyn Manson. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It's obvious this guy's got problems. It does. It is. It's obvious. I can understand if she took those pics only to show Johnny, but there's no reason to make them public. Not only that, but she puts his entire reputation at risk. She does, and especially this one. Like, what is this? This is totally fine. Like, what is this? This is totally fine. He's literally just asleep. Like, god damn. Like, how many people have you guys seen that looks like that? Yeah, he's nodding out. Yeah, he's just chilling, man. That's it. And it's so dumb, man. Yeah, can a man not relax? No, apparently not, because she's fucking pulling this paparazzi shit on him. And look at this. I love how he has his hair fucking tied up in the top. I think that's fucking funny. But, like, look at this. Like, if this is evidence, like, if I had $1 for every fucking time that my dad fell asleep this way, I'd be able to pay off Amber Heard's pledge entirely. He did that, like, he does this all the time. Like, yeah, my dad does this constantly. And he'll lean over like that, exactly like that. I see it at the airport all the time. Yeah, there it fucking is, man. She probably did that while he was passed out. Well, not only is she doing that while he's passed out, but then she's sending these condescending messages to her friends about how much of a fucking loser he is, or how bad Johnny Depp is. That's what's so crazy. As someone that had been heroin addict family, sometimes you do need to take pictures and show them because they don't believe you the next day. Yeah, but do you need to send it and take it to, like, it's very different, okay? I think that this is contextual. I agree with you, and I think that it's true. And if she didn't send them to a bunch of people, then I would definitely be like, okay, maybe she is, not a bad person, because I agree with you on a fundamental level. But there's two different points that I think make this different. Number one is the fact that she sent them to her friends without really a lot of context other than just being condescending to him. And then the other bit of context that I think matters is the fact that he goes and she does this, and he's a really big celebrity. Like, don't you think that's a little bit, I don't know, like, what the word is for it, irresponsible? To go and post pictures like this of somebody who's a big celebrity and it could be posted up somewhere and make them look really bad? And also, like, even if she didn't care, that's one thing. but it actually contradicts what she had said in the past, is that she did care about him, and she actually wanted to make sure that he knew about this. And how many times did she say in her little fucking this choose your own adventure game here that she was playing, how many times did she say that she was trying to protect him? I was trying to protect Johnny. I was trying to protect him. I was trying to protect him. Yeah, that's right. You're sending it to your fucking friends who you don't even really know you can trust. And hey, what if you can trust your friends? But can you trust your friends' friends? Well, you know what? I wouldn't even ask her that question because I know the answer to that. The answer is I never fucking thought about that because I don't care. That's what the answer is. It's crazy, man. Yeah, you destroy what you try to want to protect? Well, that's certainly what she does. Absolutely. Maybe she'll use that. I'm sure that's a great quote from a movie, and she'll probably use that one too. Absolutely. If Johnny passes out all the time, why don't you have a single picture of him with coke or booze next to him whenever he sleeps? So he passes out only whenever he's not doing drugs. So not only does he pass out only whenever he's not doing drugs, but there's no other evidence of him doing drugs at all. Right? Like even this picture here, there's some lines of cocaine, which, by the way, we don't really know if this is even cocaine or not. This is just a picture of lines of white stuff, and we are to assume that it is cocaine. Now, I will grant you, let's assume that it's cocaine, but maybe it's not. And yeah, like everything else is pretty much all put together. He's not smoking. Yeah, you're right. The ashtray is completely cleaned. Set up the photo. What do you think the odds are that she set up the photo? Because I bet, listen, if I don't think we're going to argue here, did Johnny Depp do coke before? I think that's a, I feel like that, but I could assume that he did. Yeah, I could assume that he did, absolutely, and sure, but how do we know that this is coke at all, right? Especially if there's no other. It's like it'd be one thing if there was a bunch of evidence in many other cases of, like, him doing drugs, like this is him doing drugs with these guys or not, or somebody else, right? Or like even a little bit more of it, but there's not really a whole lot. So like, yeah, I'm sure he does it. Yeah, definitely. But it's clearly not as bad as it seems, or you'd probably have a picture of it, because she's clearly taking a lot of pictures of him. And again, this is something I've said before, is that the pictures that she is providing here are the most damning pictures. Because why would she withhold pictures and evidence that would help her win the case? This is a $50 million case. It's a lot of money on the line. So she would put those pictures out there. So you have to assume that this is the worst of the worst or the best of the best, depending on how you want to look at it. So these pictures here are the worst ones. They are the most damning. They are the most incriminating, and they make him look the worst. Yeah, no, she gave photos. They're not provided by the lawyers yet, as she's insinuating. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because why would the lawyers not provide those photos? Like, are they trying to own goal her? Are they trying to, like, sabotage her? Like, what is it? Like, so how many people are against her? Johnny's against her. Society's against her. The media's against her. King Charmander, I think I should 10 gift subs. I appreciate that. Apparently her own family was against her because they like Johnny. Let's see. Who else? Her lawyers now are against her. Like, everybody's against her. Oh, come on.